Hello, hi, welcome back. Today I'll be showing you guys how I made these hot cross buns. So firstly, your dry ingredients: use some flour, yeast, sugar, salt, cinnamon, mixed spice, and also some raisins. You can use sultanas if you want because they're much smaller, but they do the same job if you ask me. Okay, so firstly, pour 4.5 cups of flour into your bowl. Then add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of allspice, and about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Then to that, you're also going to add half a cup of caster sugar, and then you can add your raisins. I added about a cup, but it's up to you how many or how much you want to add. Then after that, before I forget, the yeast. I use a full packet, so there it goes in there. Then I'm gonna mix this up. Okay, so you might need to add a bit more flour depending on your weather conditions and also the size of an egg that you used. So just mix it up, then make a while to put your wet ingredients. For your wet ingredients, I have warm milk, 1 egg, and also some melted butter. I used a total of 2.5 cup of milk, as I said, warm, not hot guys, warm. Then 1 beaten egg and 50 grams of melted butter. So just mix that in with a spoon, or you can start using your hands at this point. Okay, so a few things to take note of: make sure that your milk is warm and not hot, otherwise you will destroy the yeast. And also make sure your butter is cooled down after you have melted it. Okay, if you have an electric mixer, you can mix this up or knead it using your pedal hook, but if you don't, just use your hands. Flour your surface, then you can put your mixture on your floured surface and start kneading. So of course, firstly it will be a bit sticky, but this is the right consistency, guys. Like, don't be worried, it will work out in the end. Just keep on adding flour as much as you need to your surface while you're kneading it. I also have a scraper here to help me with the process. So as you can see, I'm just rolling it in and out, pushing it in and out, in and out, up until I have the texture that I want. Then keep on adding flour as much as you need, but not too much, guys, because trust me, the only thing this dough needs is for you to knead it. Wow. The total time it took for me to knead the dough was about 10 minutes roughly. So be patient, guys. At the end it is all worth it because you want your dough to be nice and soft. As you can see now, it's not as sticky as before, and I'm finished with the process. So all I'm going to do now is roll it up into one big ball. As you can see, guys, like, there's nothing sticking on the surface anymore, even without some flour there. And that is what you need, guys, a soft dough. Okay, after a break of listening to my voice, after you have your nice ball, take a big bowl and just drizzle some oil on it, on the inside. Then you're going to take your dough that you've rolled up into a ball and just rub it in the bowl there, making sure that you're oiling the surface of the dough as well. Then after that is done, you're just gonna leave it in your bowl and take some cling wrap and cover the bowl, then cover it with a kitchen towel as well, and leave it to rise for about 30 minutes or 40, again depending on your weather conditions. Okay, so 25 minutes later, dough has risen and it's more than doubled in size. So now I'm just going to punch out the air, and I'm just going to turn it inside out, if that makes sense. Yeah, this is me turning it inside out right now. Then now all you're going to do is just divide it into the portions that you want. Now bear in mind, you're going to let it rise again, guys, so don't make the balls a bit too big. That was my mistake initially with my first try. So now I'm just going to try and roll it out and attempt to make equal portions. If you have a kitchen weight, use that to measure it out so you have equal pieces. That way it will bake out evenly. Here I'm just trying to cut it out and eyeballing the equal sizes. After that, just roll it out into a ball. You can use different methods. Here I am sort of tucking in the dough and the bottom, if that makes sense, or you can just roll it out simply. I just prefer this method because they look a little bit more better, if that makes sense. Then take your tray. I've lined mine with some baking paper. Then you can put your dough on there and try to have some space in between. Once again, I think I should have used a bigger tray. If you've watched my other video, you'll see that I use a really small tray, so my buns were a bit too big. But yeah, here's my attempt in making my balls a bit smaller and spacing them on the tray. Now you're going to cover them with some cling film again. This time oil it up so it doesn't stick to your buns when you've let them rise again. So cover them again with a cling wrap and a kitchen towel and let them rise and double in size for about a further 20 minutes or so. Whew, a breather. Okay, so while you're letting your dough rise, preheat your oven to about 180 degrees Celsius and prepare your flour paste. Here I have about half a cup of flour, and I'm going to add about 2/3 of cold water, guys, and add it gradually. As you can see, I'm adding it gradually here as well because I don't want my paste to be a bit too watery. This is the consistency you want, because if it's too watery, we'll just, pour down the sides. Then transfer your flour paste into a piping bag or even a Ziploc bag, and you're just going to be cutting the tip off anyway and using this to pipe the crosses. Okay, so after 20 minutes or so, your dough should have poofed up and doubled in size. Whoop, come back. Okay, so now take the flour paste you prepared earlier on and cut off the tip. Oh. Then now be an artist and draw some crosses. So the first thing you're going to do is just draw some vertical lines. I'm saying draw as if you're using a paintbrush, but again, yeah, you get the gist. Then after that, do horizontal, vertical lines. So it's horizontal and vertical, which will give you the crosses. Try and go from end to end. After you're done doing this, you can now bake your buns in an oven for about 20 minutes or so. Oven should be at 180 degrees Celsius, but again, ovens are different, so make sure to keep an eye on your buns. Okay, so just before you take your buns out of the oven, so just a few minutes before, you have to make your syrup. Here I have half a cup of sugar and also some boiling water. I used about 90 ml of boiling water. So you're going to mix this together up until your sugar dissolves. This is what you're going to be using to transform your buns. So these are our buns straight out of the oven, and this is how they look like. Now you should grab your syrup and just have fun, guys. Like, have fun. Paint it all on your buns and watch them transform. Like, look at how they look with the glaze on. So you're just gonna allow this glaze to sit on it and just be absorbed by the buns, and of course just lie on the top to sort of crystallize. It will give you a nice texture, trust me, at the end. So after you have brushed it with your syrup, let it sit for a few minutes. I couldn't help myself. I just took it out of the pan same time, and this is how they look like right now. And as you see me tear into them, they are so soft, so soft, and they were tasty. Like, these are going to be a regular, I know it. Like, I'm gonna pass these down to my kids as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you try it out, do tag me on my Instagram, and yeah, Oh, and do let me know down below which other thing you'd like to see us try and do in the kitchen.